Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess.
The fuck?
Hey. What? What did I do? I did my clomper.
Took you a second.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
You're not
stupid. No. Let's just say.
But
it.
that the slate like did kind of kick your butt there for a second.
No, I was trying to think. I'm like, isn't there something else we're supposed to do before I do the slate? And
No, but it's
nothing.
it's just the one job, and it's just the clap.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Good morning.
Good morning. You also told me right before the episode, you're like, scoot closer to me. And that weirded me out because usually people want me farther away.
It wasn't out of want. It was because I'm trying to make us look professional, and like you, and I know that you don't
look professional
about those kinds of things.
No,
You're
I
not
care.
burdened with those.
I care. I want the podcast to look good. I want it to sound good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the podcast. I do a lot of stuff.
Here we go.
No, we're not doing it.
Not yet.
Welcome to the Tarp Report, Sam and Jess. Want to let you know you're going to hear some stuff today.
Uh-oh.
So we received some feedback from my wife.
Oh my gosh.
That the podcast would be better if it was actually about something.
Which I feel like it's not
about
wrong.
Our comedy. It's mostly just
She's
about.
not wrong. She's not wrong.
It's just about our lives and our comedy careers, and I think it's fine. So what we're gonna do today?
I don't think that. I think you're okay.
We're gonna.
Are you supposed to tell them, or are we just supposed to do it?
No, let's tell them so they know.
What if they're not interested?
There's like 1,000 listeners a
what
week.
What if they're not? What if we tell them, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and then they're like, I don't want to listen to that, and then they hang up.
Well, that's ethical.
And then they end their call.
That's ethical, and I don't think they're gonna give because the people that listen already have decided that they like hearing us, and if they've listened to us multiple times, they can't be that upset about it.
What if they're a new listener? You're.
Then if they're a new listener,
whole
this should
demographic.
help. This should help because this is what other podcasts do that are more successful. They actually talk about stuff that's not them.
Well, do they? Yeah. Well, I mean, we introduced the sheet.
Well, the sheet was more for us.
Right. And for the podcast.
That the sheet helped.
Right.
The sheet does.
Okay,
help.
go ahead.
Okay, so each week, me and Jess, I hate it now. You made me hate it.
I told you because it's weird. You should have just done it.
I can't believe I'm holding a Sharpie and you're wearing the whitest shirt ever.
Well, it's already got stains on it, so
oh my
don't
God.
put it down.
So okay, I will. We're going to do a news story, right? So I looked up a news story and I captured some like highlights of it.
Yeah.
And me and Jess are going to talk about this news story. And sometimes Jess doesn't know what the news story is.
What a great idea.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh man, what a really and just like totally original. Something
in
we
my
haven't
defense,
done before.
I didn't steal it from a podcast. I stole it from all the podcasts.
No, I didn't say you stole it from the podcast.
Also, the jokes thing. Do you know that I got that idea from like Norm Macdonald? Like that's like that's like my homage. To
give me the
Macdonald.
marker. Give me.
Oh, I wish I had the marker back. Remember when I had a marker? Jess takes the marker because
you're
throw it around.
Clicking it and you're stop.
I know who I am, but now I have nothing to click.
I know. You're fine.
I'm not doing good.
What's wrong?
I got my heart broke.
Uh-oh.
And I got my brain.
Yeah, your brain is definitely broke. You want to try the clap thing again?
No.
Do the slate.
No, that's not going to. Okay, let's do it.
Just start completely over.
Hey, welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess, a original podcast where we talk about a news story.
And what's going on in our lives.
And there's jokes that's also original.
Yeah, it's all fun and great, and everything is professional.
Yeah, I like that.
That was really good.
It was
Zach,
really
if you
good.
could put that at the beginning.
Yeah, and leave the other part too. At the beginning.
No,
the first part, that was the preface.
Actually, and also leave it in the middle. Mm-hmm. So he does such good work. I wish you watched the podcast.
Our podcast is all middle.
Yeah, all middle all the time.
If I watch the podcast, though, I get tired of myself.
welcome to our world.
No, I really.
You know,
is a
the rest
thing.
of us feel.
It really is a thing. Like I'm like it makes
Oh my
me
gosh.
self-conscious.
I am the opposite. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so funny.
You are funny.
Like I am, and I'm like, I am so pretty.
Yeah, you're pretty and you're
funny
skinny.
and just, well, not anymore.
You're like
not since I've been on this honey bun kick.
Yeah, you told me about that. And then this morning you ate one and you're like, I'm over it.
I think I'm done.
It's done.
I think I'm out of the phase.
It's done.
It's been about 6 weeks.
I got my heart broken in Atlanta. It was brutal.
What happened?
There's nobody at my show. So,
wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Is there a wah 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 button?
Yeah, I'm sure there. No, I don't know the buttons. Yeah, one of them played.
One of us should learn how to use that machine.
We could.
What?
Yeah, it was.
Nobody showed up?
No, 11 people showed up. And it's a club that holds about 200 capacity there at the punchline. But all the staff there was wonderful. The place was wonderful. And they were happy with me and they want me back.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. But I was making jokes. I was like, we got 6 pre-sales, which is crazy because if one person from every continent bought a ticket, that would be one more pre-sale than what I got, which is bonkers to me in a market like that. And so like I handled it well, but obviously sad.
Yeah.
Woke up the next day, still sad, doing okay, but just sad.
Right.
And, I'm driving to Birmingham. I talked to Michael, my agent, Michael Glatzmeyer, who put this tour together. And I was like, yeah, dude, that was rough, bro. And he goes, well, Birmingham's not looking good. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, no.
We have like 4 or 5.
Oh.
But it's a smaller room. And at that point, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to practice acceptance. I'm going to do my best. Anyway, I got a call from him at like 5 p.m. And he goes, I don't know what happened, but we sold like 20 tickets in the last like hour.
Hell yeah.
And we wound up having like a good crowd in Birmingham, good crowd in Columbus.
Nice.
Met a lot of really good comics in Birmingham and Columbus. These folks that put these shows, Comedy Break-In.
Yeah.
They're folks, and because there's a big club in Birmingham, the Stardome, which is like kind of like a famous kind of legacy club.
Yeah.
And they do stuff there, but also they're doing their own thing. And because the club kind of like, that's where they're trying to literally trying to break into comedy there.
Get it?
And they were very happy because I was able to draw. Like, so in Birmingham and Columbus, most of the people that came were people that know me from online. Mm-hmm. And it was just really fun. There was a guy named Big Mike.
Big Mike. There's always a guy named Big Mike. I have like 3 cousins.
And then I wanted to give a shout out to our friend that showed up, and I'm blanking on his name, which isn't
Will.
Yeah, Will. Remember the messages that we got? So we talked about it on the podcast. Will messaged us, said he loves the podcast, lives out there. Will. Yeah, brought his son. The cutest kid I think I've ever seen. This kid named Salem.
Was the show all ages?
I don't know, but it didn't matter.
Will said, "Fuck it." I love that about you, Will.
Will wasn't worried about it, and Will also missed the show. Will also missed the show.
Maybe he had his kid because he missed the show, and he had to go get him real quick.
No, he was. Yeah. It was a mess. I felt terrible.
He did miss the show.
I gave Will like some shirts and.
So how did you guys link up then? If he missed the show,
this is what's crazy is so I'm done selling merch. I'm like packing up, and all of a sudden one of the other comics goes, "Hey man, there's this guy here. He really wants to meet you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, let him in." And I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" And he goes, "Oh, I missed the show." And I'm like, "Oh, did you think it started later?" He goes, "No, I was in another part of the building." So this place where I did comedy, wonderful, called Trim Tab Brewing. There's like 3 separate areas where they have performances, and one of them was like a band. And I think that one of the bartenders, he asked the bartender, he's like, "Where's the comedy show?" And I go, "Oh, it's that way."
Yeah.
And he didn't go that way far enough. And I think he thought that the after the band, the comedy was going to start.
Well, no, he said he was in line. He thought he was in line for comedy, but he was in line for the band.
Yeah.
And he said, which I thought was quite beautifully, like he said that his anxiety kept him from like going and asking anyone.
Yeah,
and
making a decision.
Like, yeah. Like, oh yeah, been there, my friend.
Yeah,
I hear that.
I told Will, and I know he listens to the podcast, so I would say this: like next show, message me before the show, and not only will I'll get you tickets, and I'll make sure that you have a that everything's like lined up. So yeah, so
you know which door to get in.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I've been doing a lot of stuff for my mom.
Of course.
Yeah, because she can't do anything because we're going to Winco later.
Nice.
Yeah, if you don't know what Winco is, it's like Costco crossed with like a grocery store, crossed with grocery outlet.
Yeah, it is not like Costco.
It's got some Costco. It's got some bulk stuff.
Oh, okay. But it doesn't have
Don't fucking push back on shit that you don't need to push back on. This isn't an argument podcast. You need to check yourself.
First of all, you will not say that Winco is like Costco.
I said it's like Costco mixed with a grocery store. I said it's like Costco mixed with a grocery store. I didn't say it was just like Costco.
But like when you go into Costco, like you feel invigorated. You go into Costco and you're just like, oh.
I don't feel anything.
Okay, well, I'm telling you what I feel.
Okay.
You can't argue that. Okay, this isn't an Argue My Emotions podcast.
You're right.
When I go into Winco, I feel sad.
Why? I love Winco.
I don't feel joy when I go into Winco.
Rules.
I feel like I might get stabbed.
Yeah,
Very
especially
real.
the one in Hawks Prairie.
I was going to say
Because the one in Tacoma, dude. The Tacoma one is wild. Because they're 24 hours. That's the other thing I like about it. Sometimes I'll do comedy in Seattle and I'll be so worked up. And I don't want to go downtown because all my friends are drunk down there and it's a pain in the ass. And I'll just wander around Winco.
That's what I miss Walgreens being 24 hours.
But Walgreens, they do got the makeup there.
Yeah, they have makeup. So I could go and I think that's why I don't care for Winco as much because they don't have clothes.
Yeah, and they don't have makeup.
Yeah,
I mean, they have a little bit of makeup.
Costco has at least I can every once in a while I can find a cool jacket or something. Like Winco, there's not even the option of finding. But do they have plants? I wonder sometimes. I wonder.
I don't think so.
Well, another reason why I don't go there.
Are you doing comedy voice? I see it on here.
I am doing the comedy voice on Tuesday.
Really?
Yes, 3 minutes and of
who are the team leaders?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I cannot remember.
Oh man,
I feel like a jackass right now. I want to. It's Jess Everett, I believe, is one.
Oh really? Wild card.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look.
Okay, yeah, you can look. I'll explain to people. The comedy voice is something that Tacoma Comedy Club does, and it's like that show, The Voice, but with stand-up comedy. Yeah, I hope you can look it up.
The comedy voice.
It's the comedy voice. Yeah.
Been selected 3 coaches. Did
it even say who they are?
No, it didn't even say. Yeah. It just said 3 coaches.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, 3. So you do your time, and then, the three coaches have the option of picking you, or like what happened to me 2 years ago, not pick you.
Yeah.
And that was brutal. But for the first time that I did it, I went up the first time, didn't get it. I did a brand new joke where, oh my God, I don't even know what I was thinking. I did this joke that I have never even done before, that I used my anxiety necklace as a rape whistle.
Jesus.
But because it's not, and I was like, oh no, my rape whistle is broken, because it's not a real whistle.
Jesus.
It was so not a really good choice.
I like that you take something so serious and then it's the most wacky, nonsensical punchline. It's like, oh, this ain't a whistle.
I'm like, my rape whistle is broken. Jesus no.
Christ. I can't believe that didn't work. Ugh.
And no one picked me.
Yeah.
Okay, it was very funny to me. Oh, you know who told me? It was Dane's fault because he was the one who told me. But what I was thinking was, I was like, well, because I knew all the judges. All the judges knew me. They've seen me before. And so I was trying to do something new.
Yeah.
And be like, no, I can write shit, but it was not good.
You got to do that. Yeah.
And so, but I went just to go watch the second round, and I put my name in because they do a bucket, and somebody didn't show up. And I was actually outside, like, just shooting the shit. And somebody, like, opened the front door and they were like, Jess, you're up. And, like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I, like, ran inside and, like, ran on stage. And I was like, I'm so sorry, you guys. I was outside doing drugs. and then I got picked by
last year? 2 years ago.
It was, well, they didn't do it last year. So it was 2 years ago. Okay. But the last time that they did it, yeah. And
right, so you did make it on a thing.
Yeah. But it was, I got picked. I didn't get picked the first time. It took me 2 times. So.
Oh, like you do.
Yeah. And then I got eliminated. It was me and another comic. And the judge was like, I don't want to pick either one of you.
Dang.
Yeah.
Who was the judge?
Josh Firestein.
Oh, there you go. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was Josh. I think it was Josh, Luke Severide, and Sherry Hartman.
Oh, Sherry was one of the folks.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So
Sherry's doing good.
Yeah. And then she gave me a really nice compliment and told me that, which is always nice.
Yeah. That is.
Luke is doing. We have Luke coming in December to the bar, and he's already sold like 50 tickets.
Oh, that's awesome! Good job, Luke.
Fucking huge.
Good job, Luke.
Because it's a great job, Luke. I know that was.
I am neither here nor there on Luke.
I just, well, we've had the same thing happen with tickets too, where it was like we've had 4 tickets sold, and then come fucking like the end of the day, we're at 30. It's like, why? Why don't? Can you guys please just buy tickets in advance, please?
I know.
Please. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm doing the voice. I went to. We had Nate's last night, for the open mic.
Yeah.
Which was fine. There weren't a lot of people there. I don't know what we need to do
to get people there.
To get people in, like,
is it?
There was like 10 people, and then 2 people in the audience.
Isn't there like a mic? Isn't TCC mic on Tuesday too?
Yeah, there's a TCC. There's I thought there was.
I think the best thing that you could do is to not have it on the same night that the other major comedy club is having on. Move it to Mondays. Like, honestly, like, move it to Mondays.
Yeah.
A lot of comedy clubs have open mics on Mondays because, like, because the level of comics, like, the comics are going to go to TCC. Like, it's just, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
well, we had there was this one comedian there who, it was his turn. He had he came up and he had like a poster board, and we're like, oh, okay. And he like set it next to the stool, and like whatever, and like
what's about to happen.
Well, and so we're like, oh, obviously, like, and he did a joke about something, and he like pulled out some like a condom or something. Like, he was clearly, like, we thought prop comedy.
Yeah.
Like, and
did he put the condom on stage?
No. Jeez Louise, what in the hell's wrong with you?
I just know what happens.
He does his set, but he doesn't do anything with the poster board.
Yeah.
He just leaves it there. And then so we're all just like, what the hell's the poster board for? Like, what's on the board?
Yeah. And
he like lifts it up, and he's like, and it's written in orange marker, so you can't even see it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm selling incense outside. So if you guys want to, they're 8 for $9. So
did not see that coming.
He did an incense pitch.
Oh, God. That's freaking wild.
On Hosmer. And it was like, what? I didn't even know that people sold incense. Like, what?
Wow.
I lup open mic comedy.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Like, the thing is like anyone can do it.
Yeah, we let everybody up.
I also aggressively fucked up on Saturday.
Yeah, I heard you had the wrong people there, and Lynette and Thor came through.
Oh, that was a different fuck up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my whole weekend was bad.
Yeah.
On the booking end, I fucked up because I wrote in my people for this week.
Yeah.
For last week. And so I thought I had it covered.
I read your post.
And well, not everybody did.
I know.
You fucking asshole. Jesus Christ. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll shut the fuck up. Yeah, that wasn't even what I was going to talk about. I wasn't even going to bring that up.
I didn't mean for it to sound like that. But yeah, I know that what I should have said is like, yeah, I heard it was a rough weekend.
It was.
Yeah. What happened?
I just fucked up my booking and then didn't book anyone.
Oh, no.
And so like the host and the feature that I had for what I thought was last weekend is actually for this weekend.
Yeah.
And luckily there is always a comedian around. There was this comic who was here, I think, just visiting from like New York or some shit. Mm-hmm. And then Dane ended up hosting, and then he put that comic in for 10 on Friday. And then on Saturday, and then Dane didn't tell me until after. He was like, don't freak out. But he was like, the people that you had to, he was like, the people that, because it was supposed to be Narin and Trey Walker. And he was like, but they didn't show up. And I'm like, what? They didn't show up? And then he was like, yeah, they both said that they're not scheduled this week. And I'm like, oh. And then I looked back at my messages yeah, they were right. They were right. I was wrong.
Is that the one that Lynette?
And then, so I had Lynette and Thor host on. I had them do it on Saturday, which is a fucking great ass show.
You don't do that a lot. Don't get down on yourself.
That was the first time that I've made a mistake like that. And like, but it was like, damn. But I'm like, oh, well, at least I know this weekend is covered.
Yeah.
But even bigger than that, I had a show in Aberdeen on Saturday, and, it was raining, and then I went to go, and like my GPS said to go towards Seattle, and I was like, okay. And so I drove 45 minutes. Like it was like 5:30. The show wasn't until 7. And then I was like driving, and then my windshield wiper broke, and I was like talking to Dane, and I was like, can you tell me like where to stop and get a windshield wiper? And he was like, why are you on your way to Seattle? And he was like, I thought your show was in Aberdeen. And I'm like, yeah, I know it is. He was like, why are you going? Because Aberdeen is the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, Dane.
Aberdeen's south and then west.
Yeah. The venue has 2. They have one in Edmond, and they have one in.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so I was on
miss it?
Yeah, I missed the show.
Oh man.
Because my windshield wiper broke, and then so I'm literally driving like an English person.
Did you talk to him about it?
Yeah, I called him immediately.
Yeah. And
I think he was actually relieved.
How did you handle that?
I was fine, because I was like, literally, because if I would have turned around and gone back, I would have gotten there. The show started at 7. I would have gotten there at 7:03.
Yeah.
And so I still feel like I could have made it. But
so what happened? You called him, and what did they say?
He was fine. He was like, he just laughed at me.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. And like the whole time I'm like, I know where Aberdeen is.
Yeah. That's so like, strange.
No, it's just my fault, because I didn't, instead of the same thing that Will was talking about, instead of listening to myself. And like, I know how to get to Aberdeen. I know it's the fucking opposite direction.
You know something is off.
And I'm just, and I'm just not paying attention to my stomach. And it was like, gosh. And so, I went and bought that 5-foot pumpkin head outside. Sick. Instead. I went to the Halloween store and like drowned my sorrows.
Good save.
But I've never done that before. And, but like, it was for Harvey's. It was for Bo Johnson.
I did one. Do you know how that show went? Cause I'm supposed to do some stuff.
I don't, I know that he said, he was like, it's totally fine, because ticket sales were low, and they already had Genevieve and Jeremiah Hughes on it. And so I think that he was actually like probably happy that he didn't have to have me also to pay me. And so but he rescheduled me for January.
Oh, that's cool.
And so
I'm supposed to do a couple things for him. We might actually be on the same show together, maybe.
Is it in January?
Probably, yeah. Early January, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We might be on that together.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Is it in Aberdeen?
Yeah, one of them's in Aberdeen. I think the other one might be in Tillamook, so we might actually go on the road together. I might talk to him and see. We might see if we can get it.
That'd be fun.
Get a spot.
All right.
Are you ready for this? Do you want to do this?
News time.
Okay.
It's time to talk about the news time.
I hope
we're going to become educated.
Yeah.
I don't read or pay attention to the news.
So this
what are you getting your wallet out for?
Oh, because my pockets are weird. I
mean, you can keep it out.
No, they're like back. My pockets are backwards. I don't want to. Where was the? I'm looking for the date though. I had a date on here. I think this is from. Wait here. I have it. I have this story right here too. This is from February 8th, 2024. So this is about what, like 9 months ago, something like that. 10 months ago.
All right.
All right. Here we go. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office is searching for 96 stolen beehives valued at nearly $34,000. Fresno County Sheriff Office authorities state. People are stealing beehives. Okay, did you know about this?
No.
That people steal beehives?
No.
I am fascinated by this as someone who has lived a life where I've stolen things. I don't know why I say it, because as somebody who used to be a thief, I don't know why I say that. Say it like that. It sounds better when I say it.
Carjacker.
Yeah, I wasn't a carjacker. Shut up. I am fascinated by the idea of like stealing beehives. Yeah.
Or stealing, because, I guess you have to take I was thinking that they were just stealing the hives like with the honey, but I guess you got to take the bees too.
Yeah, it's not about the honey. It's about the hives. Because I think...
Can you pawn a hive?
No, this is the thing. Is that these bees are basically rented out. So these people go and they leave the beehives because they need them to pollinate crops. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that's where I don't think they make a lot of money from the honey.
This is not the news article that I thought you would have picked.
Why? There's more to it.
Okay.
Authorities in California's Central Valley are asking residents to be alert for stolen hives, which are a prime target this time of year, and nearly 100 were recently stolen from an open field. Beehives are getting stolen all over the place.
Wow. 100 at a time. What do you think that they wear like the outfit?
I don't know. Because I like to think they rig something up. See, because that's what I would do. Like, I feel like OJ Simpson right now. I'm like, if I was to steal a beehive.
Yeah, I didn't, but if I did, this is how I would.
Yeah, I didn't, but if I did, I would wear like really thick sweatpants and a thick sweatshirt and then coveralls, welder's gloves, tape them on. Boots, tape that shit. And then I think I'd get a construction helmet and rig something up with like the screen door stuff.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
And then tape that to my body.
With the screen door stuff.
Yeah, but I'm worried that I'd get too hot. So I'd have to wait for a cold night.
Where do you keep them? In a cooler?
What?
The bees.
No, these things are huge. Like each one of the hives.
You get a big cooler.
Each one of the hives is big. Like this isn't like an operation. This isn't somebody like just grabbing them. Like they load them off and on these things with fucking forklifts, Jess.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking much smaller.
Yeah, you're thinking about like the
I'm
little.
I'm
hangs
thinking
from
like
a tree.
It's like one that's like round and you put your hand in.
Yeah, like Winnie the Pooh.
And then
that's a honey jar.
Oh yeah, it's a honeycomb.
Yeah, like they are. They're in these boxes though. I am too kind of talking out of my ass because I don't know all the way. He goes, this type of crime consistently happens in Fresno County around January and February as beehives are set out for the almond bloom. Fresno County Sheriff's Office spokesman Tony Bennett told ABC News. So this is all
for the almond bloom.
Yeah, because if the almonds don't get fertilized, if the flowers don't get fertilized, they won't make almonds. Like they have to get fertilized.
And if they don't make almonds,
then the almond bloom's a bust.
What are we gonna
Then what
do?
are we even doing here, man? It's just a bunch of trees.
Yeah, that we can't have the almond festival.
Dude, there's no almonds. Okay, so this is insightful.
Okay, this has all been insightful.
Unfortunately, I can't say that word. Unfortunately, it is usually someone else in the industry behind it, since they are familiar with handling bees.
Yeah.
They will strike at night when the bees are dormant, or in the rain when they are not active.
Yeah. So they think it's another so big bee.
It's a fallen beekeeper.
Like, yeah, it's like a somebody who hurt them.
An evil beekeeper.
Yeah. Whose parents got murdered or something.
His parents got murdered.
And now they're like
nothing to lose.
Revenge.
Or maybe he has cancer.
And that would be a sad beekeeper.
Yeah. And he's waiting for it to rain. And it doesn't rain a lot in Central Valley, California. So it's gotta be hard.
Well, it just that reminds me that they made the Big Brother cast sleep outside all week.
Oh, nice. That's
good. And
good.
it did rain.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes.
I like that in California. That's good. That's what they get, fuckers. I don't know why I'm so mad at the Big Brother kids. The stolen hives, which are they're owned by South Dakota beekeepers.
Okay. Oh, they're rented from South Dakota.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I think what happens is there's more flowers in South Dakota. Like, I think they have the bees like spread out a little bit, because if you saw what this looks like.
There are more flowers
for the bees to eat. I don't know. I think there might be more flowers. That's what I think is happening. Okay. Okay. Maybe somebody will figure it out.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah,
totally makes sense.
It does. Okay. I'm all right.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm glad you stopped me. I was just going to keep it rolling. I didn't realize that I said the dumbest thing on the They stay in South Dakota. Well, there's more flowers.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay. They're screwed right now, by the way. This is, I don't know, maybe I should look at a follow-up.
What does he do?
What
do you got to do? What do you do with your cats? You put a tracking device, and what's that called? You got a microchip.
Wait, there's more. Right now, see, at this point in February when they wrote this, they go, there is no person or vehicle of interest at this time, Body said. Body is the Fresno County Sheriff there. Hive theft, this is the sad part, okay?
Oh no.
Hive theft can be devastating to a beekeeper. You're looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars invested in every single hive. That's what they said, hundreds and hundreds, which is it's probably like $300. And you just don't make that up, Jacobson told Fresno ABC station KFSN.
Yeah.
You don't just go buy another box and all of a sudden have a colony. So you have to you do all this stuff with like harvesting queens and shit like that. Like it is like, and these folks are, it is,
people are very passionate about it.
Yeah. Because of the high value of these hives and the relative, because of the hundreds and hundreds of these hives and relative, I thought they were going to say hundreds or thousands or hundreds.
Right. Yes,
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say because of the hundreds of hundreds of value. That's like how much money I make. How much money do you make comedy? I make hundreds of hundreds of dollars.
So many hundreds. 20s of 20s.
Because of the high value of these hives and relative ruralness in remote areas that they're located, unfortunately, the thefts are something that we deal with quite often. See, I looked this up today outside of your house when we're getting ready to change up the podcast a little bit. I looked this up because I heard about it a long time ago. And I was like, oh my God, somebody stole a beehive. And then as I was reading this, I was like, oh, like people steal beehives all the time.
Right.
Like people are stealing
But what
beehives.
are they doing for what?
They probably just rent them out themselves, because that's what they do is they rent these out to orchards and shit like that. There's big money in this.
So they're like, so they turn around and they're like, oh, hey, I heard your beehives got stolen
They're probably selling them
by
to
a guy
other,
with a lot of bee stings.
It's probably the same shit. Yeah. Everybody in this story is just puffed up beyond. They're just like, yeah. And also every time they talk, they're just like, ow.
Yeah.
Ow. Ow. I've had hundreds of bee stings since I started.
It's not even that many.
Yeah. It's probably the same as any other stolen shit.
You can't pawn a beehive.
You can sell a beehive
To
another
a greedy
person. Yeah.
beehive dealer.
Especially when you think about it, like they're coming from South
man.
Dakota. They're coming from South Dakota. You know?
And they just travel with them?
Yeah.
They take them down to what? Mexico and sell them, or what? What are we saying? We crossing the border with these bees? What's going on?
I don't know, and I don't think there's any, because all those boxes, and have you seen the you know what I'm talking about?
Like
these boxes, and they you'll see them in fields and shit, because that's what they're doing. Is beekeepers are renting those bees to those farmers. That there's no real way to track like whose bee is whose, except
you got to start tagging those bees.
That's what they do. I think I put that in here, that a lot of them now have GPS in there. Like they have little GPS trackers in them.
You put a little AirPod.
Yeah, an AirPod.
In there. Is that what it's called? Is it an air? Is that what it's called? An air tag.
An air tag. I don't know.
I have an
Android.
Android
Too. Yeah. Must be nice.
Poor people.
Yeah,
we don't
my
have those
guess is
things.
these beekeepers, seeing as how they are spending hundreds of dollars, they might have Androids too. If you say things like hundreds,
So
you
funny.
probably have an Android.
They have more flowers than we do.
Yeah, I like Android though. I'm used to it. I don't think anything's better than anything. And if you're listening to this podcast, and you have an Android,
my
just know
God.
that we care about you.
And
too.
and if you want to text us, you can.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what color it comes up though.
This is said. He said, "This is the time of the year." This is the sheriff talking. This is the time of the year where you should be seeing forklifts offloading hives into orchards, not necessarily putting them back onto a truck, he told the station. So keep your eyes peeled. If you see somebody loading bees onto a truck, call in law enforcement and let us go out and check it out to make sure that it's legit. And they go on to say that so some 80% of all U.S. almonds are produced in the Central Valley. And I think it just takes a lot of bees to do that.
Wow.
But now less bees than before.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah. If you be something.
See, I was trying to think of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is, I mean, the almonds.
Yeah.
You haven't thought of the almonds, you bitch.
Yeah.
I don't
Almond
think they're
milk?
thinking about the almonds when they're stealing the bees.
Was it you I was with when I was on tour out there? Who did I have with me? Oh, I had my friend Tiffany, and we drove through the Central Valley. We drove through like almond country. It was really nice. No, really, it is.
I know.
When
I just didn't.
almond
It's so
country,
funny. I just didn't know.
Yeah, it's crazy because they got the milk, the almond milk.
Yeah. I thought that's it. I thought you were gonna list a couple other things.
I don't know what else they do with almonds. I know they got the milk.
They got the milk.
Honestly, not.
They got the
okay.
They have the chocolate covered almonds.
Smoked.
They have
those soy sauce wasabi ones.
Yes.
Those ones hit. That's my go-to.
Yeah. I wonder which bees create those.
I don't know.
I want to know.
I wonder if they like the wasabi ones or if it's too spicy for them.
I love almonds.
I wonder how they get those soy sauce wasabi trees. That's what I want to know.
I like the salty almonds from Costco.
Those are slamming too. But that was
wow. Well, I learned that was the news.
That's the news.
That's the news from February 2024.
But I had a mission. I really wanted.
I love that. I think that's really funny.
I am fascinated by. I think that's what we do. Is we don't just do news, We do like crime news.
Oh, you want to do,
but not like I don't want to do like gory. I don't want to do no. I don't want to do gory stuff.
Okay, I know. I already learned that, and you don't want it to be too inappropriate, like the kid with the condom.
Oh, that's so gross. Now a bee
with a condom.
That's funny. Just buzzing around carrying a little condom. I bet bees never.
That would be
condoms.
Yeah. They
bees
never.
Like to hit it raw.
If they did, we wouldn't have any almonds.
I know, right? Bees like to hit those flowers raw. Me too.
Bees like it raw.
Yeah, I'm being gross now. What am I doing? It's not like me. I wrote jokes. Let's do jokes.
Fine. Well, that was great.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And it makes now we have a thing that we can do.
Thanks, Brittany.
I don't think these aren't very good.
They're never good.
No.
Nah.
Point, counterpoint.
Oh man, joke time. Some do these jokes.
I wrote them this morning. I always write them the morning of.
Yeah. We know.
The first two usually on the toilet. The last two in front of your house. Just know that I wrote these toilets. These are toilet jokes.
These are shit jokes.
Yeah.
Angela from Big Brother told this guy Matt, she said, your words are shit. Put them back in your ass.
That's pretty funny.
That's fucking brilliant.
I like that.
Okay. Joke number 1.
Oh, I got one thing I got to talk about after this too. Go ahead.
I haven't shit my pants in a long time. I have no idea whose pants those were.
Whose pants was I shitting?
Oh, no.
It's stupid.
It's disgusting.
Stupid and disgusting.
Joke number 2.
I don't remember these, by the way. That's also a fun thing for me. It's like I'm hearing my jokes. It's like hanging out with me. About a skinny lady.
Oh, my God.
Joke number 2.
We need to stop calling them wheelchair ramps unless we're going to start jumping those sons of bitches. Has your mom tried?
It's a wheelchair ramp.
Joke number 3.
You didn't even really react to it. You're being a shit today.
I don't want pico de gallo. I want to see a whole bunch of de gallo.
I don't want a pico de gallo.
I want to see all of it.
Bunch.
Let me get a whole thing.
Okay, that one was all right.
It was
Right?
fine. Yeah, it was fine.
Don't say it was fine. That's worse than bad.
If I say it's great.
No, just be realistic about it.
Good. Joke number 4. Kangaroos really like to fight people, but in their defense, have you ever met a person? Man, kangaroos are frightening.
Yeah, I saw a video of a guy who was with the parachute.
Yeah.
A skydiver.
Okay.
And he was landing in Australia and he landed and a kangaroo tried to fight him.
Oh my gosh.
It was awesome. I was
That's
like,
terrible.
and he fought him off.
Oh, wow.
He was like, "Ah, you son of a bitch!" In Australian accent. I don't know. Accents. I wanted to tell you, I angered some skinny women in Columbus, Georgia. It finally happened. It's happened. It happened once in Chicago.
With your, you're like, oh, skinny girls, you can go buy something.
Sometimes a joke that's not crowd work like feels like crowd work, and I think they thought that I was like riffing it at them.
Yeah.
But I was like, by the way, I don't hate skinny women. You know,
I could see that.
I've dated skinny women in the past, and I go, it's fine unless it's windy. And it's this stupid joke that I do all the time. And these ladies in the front row were like, like there was, and here's the thing, is there was like 2 tables of like either of bigger women with their husbands on each side in Columbus. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
A high target environment. I'm a faithful guy, but it was really nice to see that many big women.
I thought you just meant like that's your demographic.
Yeah. But anyway, there was these 2 skinny women up front.
Yeah.
That seemed like fairly wealthy as well. So it's like not my demographic.
Yeah.
So and I told that joke and I saw them and they got kind of frumpy. And I did that thing where I was like, by the way, if there's any skinny women in here and you don't like these jokes, I'm like, you'll be okay. Like, just go buy something off the rack.
Yeah. Because that does sound like
they thought that I was like riffing at them. And then one of them said to me, they were trying to be jokey and they were like, how about we wait for you out front? Like,
oh shit.
And I was like, what are you going to do? Hit me with those arm whips?
Oh my!
Because they had these skinny.
They're gonna meet you out front. Yeah.
They were just joking, but also,
threatening you. They were threatening you.
They threatened me.
I'm glad you were safe. I'm glad you made it out of Alabama.
It wasn't Alabama. That was
Oklahoma,
Columbus, Georgia.
Where the fuck you were?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was a lot. I got local shows. Makes me happy.
That's good.
Yeah. Also, if you're listening to this, so this is gonna come out Monday. I am in Hillsboro, outside of Portland, and I'm doing an A convention in Everett.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that'll be 6 days after this comes out. I know we don't talk about the podcast on the podcast because Zach has told us that that's not good podcasting.
Except we do it every single time.
We sure do. And I like the news. That was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
It was neat. And I like you, even though
you're
one of the skinny people. You're one of the good ones.
Well, I'm on my way up.
Yeah. Keep it up with those honey buns.
Oh God,
I believe in you. Oh, it'd be so wild if you got big.
Can't you tell my face has gotten like little? I saw it the other day.
You are doing this thing, and I don't want to go down this road.
No, I'm not.
Because you, yeah, we'll talk about it off air. Thanks for listening to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I don't know why that's a new ending.